Welcome to Poemify podcast, the poetry and art talk show, where we celebrate the beauty and diversity of African art. Our show features interviews with African artists, poets, and other creatives who draw inspiration from the rich cultural heritage of Africa. In each episode, our host engages in a lively discussion with our guests, delving into the inspiration behind their art, the cultural significance of African work, and the role of poetry and art in promoting and preserving African culture. So, if you're a lover of art, poetry, or African culture, tune into our podcast today and join us on this exciting journey of discovery and creativity. Once again, welcome, Poemify Podcasts.
So welcome to Poemify Podcast, Chimezie. I am so elated to have you here. The long-waited, anticipated day is here.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. So how do you feel to be on Poemify Podcast?
I feel grateful, like it's an opportunity that I don't always have, so I feel grateful to be here to share about my writing and all the experiences I've had so far as a writer. So it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's an honor to have you here too. So, Chimezie is one of the winners for the Penician poetry chapbook competition that we held last year, and it was amazing. I went through your book, but let me not spill the tea. First off, let me start with this. Who are you? Like, who's Chimezie as an individual and Chimezie as the writer?
Alright, so I'm not good at defining myself, but I'll try. So, as Chimezie, as an individual, I believe that I'm just human, like every other person. I grew up loving the mainstream things every other child loves, and I had quite normal childhood, but then I grew up loving right and everything. So, as an individual writer, I think my major intent and what I do is to just reimagine my society. The places I grew up, the things that happen in our everyday life. So I think that's just what characterizes me as a writer. My urge and my intent to write about these various experiences and to reimagine them, to try and create stories that are kind of like I want to see exist. So that's just me in both sides. Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful. The imagination part of imagining your environment and putting them into words, it's captivating. Something most people cannot do.
Yeah.
And so I give you that.
Thank you so much.
Alright, so moving on to the second question. You're welcome. Moving on to the second question. Did you always know you would pursue creativity, or did it find you unexpectedly? Like, were you thinking about it? I would love to be a poet, I would love to be a writer, or along the way?
Okay, so
I'm interested.
I didn't actually pursue creativity. I think creativity actually came to me. I started writing at a very young age, and it wasn't something I was conscious of at the initial point. I think my earliest memory of writing was when I wrote a classwork given by our school uncle when I was in around primary 3 years. So we were given an essay to write, and after I was done writing mine, he made a comment that he loved me, and I think that was one of the things that kind of made me dive into more writing. I just wanted people to be able to talk, comment on my works as my uncle did. So it's just creativity found me, and I went into finding it too. I just out of necessity continued writing because it was something that came to me with ease. And as days went on, years passed, I still found myself doing it every moment of the time. So I think we are just meant for each other. Thank you.
We're just meant for each other. I love that last part. And a big thank you to your teacher who commented. Like, if he didn't say he liked it, I will feel that you won't take it as anything. But for him to have commented Yes, he gave you the boost that you can do this and you're meant for this. And I feel that's what most creatives or everybody as a human being, we just need someone to believe in our dreams, even if it's raw and we've not even figured it out. And that's beautiful. We're meant for each other. You and your creativity. Yeah, see, we'll still talk about the book, but let's see. So who or what inspired you to start your journey? I know you said you didn't pursue creativity, but along the way as a poet, as you improved, you grew over the years, who's been a source of inspiration to you so far?
Okay, a major source of inspiration for me in my writing journey is no other person than Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. So when I was young, I had the opportunity of going to my mom's shop. So my mom sold books at a bookstore in a popular market called Chimezie, because I grew up in Aba, in the southeastern region of Nigeria.
Wow.
Yeah, so my mom sold books. So at this early age, when we were on holiday, I would always escort her to the market. And that was when I first encountered Purple Hibiscus. And after encountering the book, I felt like this was what I wanted to do. I felt like I wanted to write stories that were this close to my society, because Purple Hibiscus like revealed a world that belonged to me, and I never knew that this kind of world could exist in literature. So with that first influence, I developed a very kind of like obsessive love for Adichie's works, and throughout my life I encountered like most of her works. I saw many of her videos, and I just wanted to be like her at the initial stage. And I think she was one of the most important drive that made me decide that okay, I'm going to like take this writing thing very seriously, because I just wanted to be like her. It was this obsession that like kind of made me sit down and tell myself that I'm going to write no matter what it takes, and I'm going to like tell these stories that I believe are important to me. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's so beautiful. So, Chiamanda's work, they're relatable, and I love it. Like something that people can relate to and say, yes, this is what's happening in our society. This is what's going on in our lives. And I admire her also, even if I'm not a writer myself, but I admire her work.
Thank you.
So let's get into the main deal, the main business on why we're here. So you were one of the top 3 winners of Penician Poetry Chapel Prize. How did you feel coming in first? Not second, not third. Like I know the competition was hot. How did you feel when you found out that you came in first?
Yeah, so I was actually very, very surprised when I got the email that I came first in the competition, because I never expected my work could make it that far. I knew that like there would be a lot of submission, and to be honest with you, I never felt my poetry was that good. I may have thought that like I didn't know how to write prose, but I never had this very strong belief that my poetry was that good. So when I saw the email, I was actually very surprised. I sat like 10 minutes like reading through the email with everything the judges, and then when I actually like responded to them, and then we started the correspondence, I knew that it was actually very real. So I was very glad to have won that, and it's one of the most important awards I've actually won by poetry, and I'm truly grateful for that. Thank you.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, because I've had the privilege of going through the book, and I must say you did a good job. Especially when it came to the expression of the beans, you'll have added plantain to it so that it be balanced as a correct Nigerian person.
Yeah,
as a correct Nigerian person.
Thank you.
Please, next time, maybe you will write another one for me, plantain by the side, so that it's going to be balanced.
Sure, no problem.
It's going to be balanced, but no, I give it to you. I give it to you. So. Thank you. That's what I love. That's what I love. All right. So Moonchild, that is the book that won you first place. The judges praised Moonchild for its versatility, your ardent use of metaphor, and unforgettable imageries. What were your intentions with Moonchild? How do you even come about it? The name, the poems within the book, the piece. How did Moonchild come about?
So, Moonchild came to me at a very vulnerable time. I was in first year at the University of Nigeria, where I actually studied. So, I had a whole lot of delusions, a whole lot of fascinations about what my university life was going to be. I thought that I would meet a whole lot of creatives, participate in a whole lot of creative activities. So when I came here, like, I was actually surprised. I saw close to none of that, and then I was kind of like at the very back spot of like realizing that everything I fascinated wasn't actually how it was. This is not like the kind of criticism, but it's kind of like unraveling of my delusion. So that was when I decided that I had to do something for myself, and the only thing that I had then was poetry. I always went into my school library, and then in the quietness of the library, I would pick all these poetry collections and then read through. Then they taught me how to like channel my emotions into words. And I think it was a long period, like a period of like 5 months at a stretch that I worked on the poems in the collection. I learned from this poet. I think the versatility came from me trying to study this whole range of different poets and then trying to imitate the way they channel their own emotions. So I grew into my personal experiences, the things I knew that were happening in the society. So I just wanted to reflect them one by one. The poems came to life, and it may not have been perfect at the initial stage, but as time went on and I edited, I joined the writing community in my school. So when I read some of the poems and they gave me feedback, I worked more on the poems, and at the end of the day, I had to like compile them into a collection and then submitted for the competition. So that was how Moonchild came to be. I majorly wanted to reflect that time of my life, that looking back at things and then like finding solace in poetry. So that was just what Moonchild came to be. It came out of this vulnerability, out of this space of trying to like find myself, and that was what precipitated the work. And looking back at it, I actually feel grateful for that time. Thank you.
Yes, I love that because they were so relatable. Aside the food aspect, when I went on with what you did with the explanation of a mother, how you described her as a woman, it was beautiful. It was also a beautiful piece. Like each of the poems in Moonchild were relatable or are relatable, and it's interesting to get to know the backstory to which how it was birthed. And when you were explaining, it was one of the dark times or the down times during school days. That's beauty from ashes. And most times we would not expect that the best results we have right now would come from our worst moments, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Yes, you're welcome. So thank God you mentioned you joined a particular group back in school that gave you feedback about your poems, how to go about it. Only my next question is how do you deal with rejection or constructive criticism? Because I know you had your own share of rejection. You tried a couple of times. So how did you deal with that?
So
I'm listening.
So I think rejections and criticisms are like, I consider them very subjective things. First of all, I believe that everyone will have their own opinions about different things. So when I get constructive criticisms, I try to like, if they are the ones I believe that will work for me, because I have this kind of like ability to detect things that are actually very essential for me. So if I believe that they are truly right, I'll find a way to infuse them into my works. But then there are criticisms that are just insults masked as criticisms. So you actually know I have this ability to like kind of like be with myself and not get furious or anything. And I'll just look it over. I already know that some people are wild. So, and as for rejections too, I believe rejections are an inevitable consequence of being a writer. As long as you've dedicated your life to being a writer, like rejections are inevitable. There are thousands of them will pour in, and then inside the rejections too, you get a few more wins. I like how one of my friends put it. He told me that like writing is a kind of like lucky game. There are times when you cry a lot of times and things don't work out for you, but then at the end of the day, like out of the blue, something good comes, and then you have to focus on those moments that actually matter. Those moments when we actually win, and then those moments that things change. And if we focus on those moments, if we believe that those moments will come, I think it would be easier to deal with the rejections. Because rejections are very inevitable. So I also try as much as possible to live away from my writing strides and my struggles. After writing and sending out submissions, I go out to the world. play with my friends, associate with people. I try as much as possible to like blend into the normal world. It's kind of like separate you from that consciousness of knowing whether you fail or you win. So I think it's easier for those rejections to pass by, and then finally your essential win will come, and it will be a moment of celebration for you. So that's how I deal with both criticisms and rejections.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, your essential win will your essential win will come, and it will be a moment of celebration for you. And I love the fact when you mention everybody would have an opinion, good, bad, terrible, wild, as you said in your words. And your people will always be your people. The people that will connect to your work will always connect to it, and that is beautiful. Thank you so much. So, how do you want people to remember you beyond your art, beyond your work? How do you want to be remembered?
Yeah. So, first of all, it would be a pleasure if people would remember me beyond my art. So, if there's any way, I think this would be a fascination. I just want to be remembered as the boy that lived. I'm not yet a man, and I'm afraid of being a man. So, I would love to be remembered as the boy that lived blessed, the boy that tried to like make things happen, the things he loved, on the things he admired. I want to be remembered as the human that like loved the flesh and like took up challenges and encountered a whole lot of things. I just want to be remembered for the things I have written, for how much joy I try to show to the people around me. I want to be remembered as that person that actually cared for people, because I'm a deeply empathetic human, and I believe that the world will.
Hello, Chimezie. How do you want people to remember you beyond your art, beyond your name? How do you want people to remember you by?
So, I just want to be remembered as the human that lived. I want to be remembered as my mommy's boy. I want to be remembered as the guy that grew up from a very obscure place and then had a very kind of normal childhood. I want to be remembered by my friends as a good friend. I want to be remembered as the people that know me as someone that lived to the fullest. I just want to let my life. I just want my life to be something of inspiration to the people that would remember me. I just want to let them know that people like us from obscure places in Nigeria can actually make it to the top, and that's just what I want people to remember me for. Thank you.
Welcome. I want to be remembered by as the boy or the man or the human that lived life fullest. I think that's what most people are missing.
Thank you.
They just want to exist.
Yeah.
They just want to exist. A human that lived. That's rich. That's all we ask for. That you are happy, you're fulfilled, and we all know that.
Thank you.
Yep. Alright, so what advice would you give to unpublished poets who dream of publishing a poetry book?
Okay, so I believe several things can work for anybody, but if I was to advise myself again, I would just say take time with your work, with your poems. There's nothing to rush about it. It's not a competition. I think poetry is a very soulful thing, and we have to consider it as a soulful thing. I think it's a kind of like reflection of ourselves and what we present in the world, and it actually takes time to understand this kind of things and like to discover what's new. So if anybody wants to publish a poetry book, I think they should first of all try to strive towards perfection. It's obvious that nobody can be perfect, but it's really trying that we actually become. So try to like strive towards perfection with your work, edit as much as you can, make it as as good as you think it can get on your own part. Then just pray, because prayer is actually important for everybody. Yeah, so just pray and then send out to people that you think can publish, publishing sites, publishing companies, and then just hope. Of course, the rejections may come and everything, but it's part of the process. Chimamanda once visited our school, and she said that before she published, before Popo Biscuit was published, it first of all went through a series of rejection. I think it's numbered up to 25. So it's part of the process. After if you truly trust your work, I think it's hard for us to truly like get to that decision where we think we are done with whatever we are writing. But if we have close friends that are maybe good in peer reviews and reading and criticizing, I think we could seek for their opinions. And if we come to that stage where we think our work can never get as good as it already is, we could just submit and then hope. There's nothing more to do than just pray and hope. And I think hope is basically the most important thing for anybody that's striving to be successful. And no matter how hard it gets, there'll always be a way. Thank you.
Thank you so much. no rush. You should hope and you should believe in your work and in yourself.
Yeah.
That is amazing. You should believe in your work. So we're wrapping up. What's your favorite poem by you, and can you read it out to our audience?
Alright, so I actually have a lot of favorite poems because there are many things I write and I feel like it's just so beautiful to me. But I'm going to read the one that I think speaks to me the most, because I wrote it at a point when I felt like all hope was lost and stuff, and it actually went on to win a prize in a competition, and it's titled Wind Metamorphosis. Yeah, so I'm going to,
let's hear it.
Yeah, it's a very short poem and I hope you. Thank you. So, Wind Metamorphosis.
Alright.
Earth child, listen. The river is the sea running away from itself. It travels along the rocky minaret creeks, washes up the brackishness of its squalid world, and filters itself in the slow movement of its liquid subterranean travels. You long for healing, but what if your pain is God working in mysterious ways? Son child, listen. We have scars today, but they are only hurting because wings are growing from them. The sun breaking out to lighten the world doesn't mean it does not feel the heat of its flight. Listen. The closest image to an oracle is the sky letting out rain after the damnation of Ramadan. The scorch of your life is a memorabilia dancing in the oasis of a revival. You are the one that has been treading through the tunnel, and you are the light at the end of it. The new rains will fall soon, and the old hedonists will dance under it, white like a new hope. Someday, your ruined soul will dance under the rain of its promising bliss, and the old running river will float back and come to sea. So this is just the point. Thank you so much.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love the line of long for healing, but what if God is working miracles? Did I get it right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that part. I love it. It's a beautiful piece. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing a part of yourself with us. Thank you for letting us know whom Chimezie is as an individual, and Chimezie as a writer, and Chimezie as a winner. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I wish you many more wins, greater heights, and we'll see at the top. Definitely, we will see at the top. Yes, please. I'm still going to expect that piece about the beans and plantain combination, because that site cannot go wasted. I will send you an email, so we'll make it official that we're serious about it. Thank you very much. Thank you, and do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Poemify podcast. We hope you enjoyed every bit of it. Did you? If yes, do well to share with your art-loving friends. It's the least you can do for art's sake, you know. See you on the next episode.